How's it going, guys, with another slammer? Now this video does look different because it looks like a movie because there's black lines on the side and I don't know how to change that. I've always wanted to do different scenes, going from this big old camera where I'm just over your screen to, the reaction. If you guys let me know, I would appreciate it. It's OBS. So OBS Studio, that's what I use. I don't know how to do it. Please put down in the comments down below. But today, we got a good one. We got getting bullied. We've all been bullied before. I certainly have. But we're going to get straight into it. Like and subscribe. And let's get into it.
Unavoidable childhood experiences. There's some things that happen in life that have
Oh,
to
wait.
be
Is this getting bullied or... Oh, I think it was on the thumbnail. But unavoidable childhood experiences. I think I'm going to list a couple. First ever summer camp. Being conscious. There's a certain age that, you kind of just... It flips a switch, and then you're like, oh, I'm alive. Mine happened when I was around, 4 or 5, and then I was like, it happens, but let's get into it.
a canon experience for everybody. Some are good, some are bad,
Ooh,
and, well, some of them just have to happen in order to build character. Now, let's first start with getting punished or getting grounded by your parents. Now, I've never really been grounded to the point where I was stuck in my room and
I don't think the only time that I actually got grounded was actually a pretty weird experience in middle school. I'm going to go on a quick side tangent here. It was in 6th, 7th grade, unironically, and it was in my social studies class. There was the teacher. He was a pretty chill guy. He always listened to 80s music, so that was pretty chill. That's where I actually got my love for 80s music. And we had a test that day, and I was like, I don't fucking remember. And I was like, we got a test? This guy has the biggest crash out I've ever seen of a middle school teacher. He goes, Nick, let me see you at the hall for a second. And he's like, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, we had a test today. I'm like, no, I really didn't. I'm sorry, but I don't remember. He's like, let's go to the office. This guy is chill as fuck the entire year, and now he's just ruining that for me. I'm like, okay, you were like the one good teacher, not fuck you, bro. Now this is the first time I've ever been sent to the office before, and I'm pretty sure ever. Go to the office. And he's like, let's call your mom. And I'm like, okay, first of all, dude, let's not call my mom. First of all, I'm scared of shit. Second of all, she's teaching. So I ain't trying to... She was, doing some... I don't know what she was doing, but she wasn't teaching, in a school, but she was teaching something. So I think it was, a day specifically. Anyways, and I'm like, don't bother her, And he's like, oh, it's okay. I'm like, no, it's not, but whatever. We call my mom. And he's like... You got something to tell her? I'm like, do I? Do I have something to tell her? I don't know. Do you? I was like, bro, what is happening right now? I'm like, I don't really know what to say. He's like, oh, you do know what to say. He gets all pissed off. I'm like, bro, okay, what are you talking about? I go, oh, I forgot there's a test today. My mom goes, that's it? I'm like, yeah, but I don't really know why. And she was like, okay. You're grounded for 2 weeks. I was like, what the fuck, bro? Easy. Damn, I've never been grounded before in my life. I think it was a week, actually. It wasn't 2 weeks. And, yeah, my teacher was a bitch. And basically, I forgot a test and got grounded for a week. Don't really know how that works. I've been doing a lot worse when I was in middle school, and I did not get, any in trouble for it. So I don't know what's up with that. I guess they were just easily rage baited that day and crashed out. So that was, the only time that, I got grounded. But, I kind of went on a yap sesh. Let's get back.
nothing to do, but I would definitely have my consoles taken away and stuff whenever I just
Oh,
decided
yeah.
to tweak out for some reason. The worst I've ever been punished, though, is one time I went to my friend's house, and for whatever reason, I was just tweaking out that day. I was not having a good day. We were playing Mario 3D World for the Wii U.
Great
I
game.
got mad at my brother for something, and then he got mad at me. We had a whole back and forth, and then my friends got involved. My friend's mom steps into the room, and I was not expecting this. I'm not gonna lie. She was like, Birdie Duckalo. She said something along the lines of oh, this is unacceptable behavior. I'm telling your mom and you're going home. My mom came to pick up me and my brother, and it was dead silent. in the car. Not a single word was spoken. I sit down in the living room with my mom, and she gave me a whole speech. That is not how you behave, blah, blah, blah. I'm taking away your DS, your Wii, your iPad, whatever other device you have. And I was already like, no, please, no. Like, thought that was the end of the world. Dude, you could have got a belt to the ass. That could have been a lot worse. Like, I don't know why I was complaining. And
I'd rather get, like, you know, my electronics taken away than belt to ass, to be honest. I had that a couple times when I was like a kid. That was when I was, you know, a little shit in like not fourth grade. It was like I was a little older and I was just not a good kid at all. You know, I fucked around a little bit. I wish I got that shit taken away. I remember I got my PS5 taken away like once when I first got it. And that was it. Like, I didn't really get anything away.
She said, I'm taking them away.
I got my phone taken away. But the good thing is, you know, my mom was like, okay, it's getting charged downstairs. And I was like, bro, come on. Now, this happened on like a week. It happened every other week for some reason. Like, it wasn't that I was in trouble. She just didn't want me on it at night because it would like ruin my sleep. It did ruin my sleep. But, you know, she would be like, oh, yeah, put it downstairs, charge it. It would happen one night. I would go downstairs, grab it, go upstairs. And then she would just forget about it the next day. I was like, okay.
As long as I want to. I'm going to wait until you show me that you're sorry and that you learned from your mistake. And I was already sitting there having a withdrawal from no Wii U or whatever it was. And I was trying to bullshit my way through it like, I already learned. Like, no, you didn't, bro. It's been 1 hour. You didn't learn shit. So I took time to reflect on my actions. And I think after about like a week or two, I finally got my shit back. But yeah, moral of the story, don't be a dumbass like me. But now we have all gotten.
I mean, I feel like it's not really a lesson, like, or like something you learn and people, you tell them that. I think it's or like you learn from the experience. You like, don't do this, don't do that. You need to have that kind of experience and do that to learn not to do that. I know what I just said probably does not make any sense for like many people, but I'm just saying, like, you need to learn yourself that your mistakes obviously have consequences if you do some dumb shit. And I think everyone needs to experience that. It's not a bad thing. Everyone's going to experience it, but you got to walk in.
Dreaded the one and only buzz cut. Now, growing up, I 100% had bad haircuts. Definitely. How bad was it? Was it never show your face?
Supercuts, great clips, sports clips, awful places. I used to go there when I was in middle school. Now I know I go to like a salon, not like a salon, but I go to a place that they just take good care of me. You know, they make sure I don't look like a hooligan going back to school. So appreciate to them. But
bad, or was it just an average bad haircut? And one time in particular, this was like a never show your face again type of haircut. And I go in, and we'll just call this place Speedy Cuts. You go in, you get your hair cut in 5 minutes, and you're out. So obviously, sometimes they're gonna mess up. And one time when this dude was cutting my hair, you know how on the sides you get it a little bit lower than like the actual top of your head? Yeah, this dude used the same blade that he used on the sides throughout my entire head. So I just walked out looking like Caillou. And I was already devastated, but it gets much worse, all right? Let's just say when I saw my friends for the first time, they did not hold back. That's all I'm going to say. Now we got a friend moving away. Some of you may not have experienced this one, but I'm pretty sure this has got to be canon for most.
I actually almost had a friend move. I think it was in 5th grade, and one of my friends like moved away. And then he came back, and I was like, okay. So I don't really count. But when he came back, we weren't friends anymore, weirdly enough. It was like a change.
Friends throughout early elementary school. Dude moved away when I was in like 5th grade. But it wasn't too far away to the point where I couldn't see him again. I did see him one time after that. He did pull back up for Halloween, which was cool. But then after that, I never saw him again. And when he moved, like, I was really sad when that shit happened. Like, when those dreaded words hit you, like, I'm moving. Oh, it's over. Especially if that person was, like, really close to you. That shit's gonna hit you like a truck.
I think another, like, way or another situation that's, like, similar to that is when you go to college. And a lot of times, you know, your best friends aren't going to go to the same college. I'm privileged to have both of my best friends throughout my entire life at the same college because one of them wanted to go somewhere else. Now he transferred over to here. And one of them was already here in the first place. So now shit's fucking heat. We'll be getting an apartment next year. And I'll be filming a lot more. So expect more videos next year. I'll be putting like shit up on the walls. You know, I'll be able to do so much more shit because I have my own space, own room. It'll be heat. We'll skip it.
But at least nowadays, there's more methods to stay in contact with the person. But I hope wherever he is out in the world, I hope he's doing great. Now, if you got siblings, okay, this one definitely has happened. Sibling fights.
Oh,
There was at
100%.
least one
I had a sister, but we definitely fought like so many times.
not end well. Now, me and my brother rarely fought, but when we did, shit did not end well. We were just sitting in our room chilling one time, and for whatever reason, I just got the thought to bite him. I don't know why. Like, I don't know what was wrong with me. I mean, I was like 5 years old, so obviously I was gonna do some stupid shit. After that, it breaks into a fight, and he just starts slapping me as many times as he can. And I definitely deserved it. Oh, 100%, because I was being a little shit, even though I was reading the No David books. I was behaving like David, which makes no sense. So after that, we were just both put in timeout. We had to sit there and, I don't know, think about our actions. But it was just me that had to think about my actions, bro. Like, I bit him for some reason. What the hell was that about? Okay, now we got to being scared of the dark. Now, the dark was one of my prime.
Now, I don't think it's more right now. I'm like, when I have lights in my room, it's not that I'm scared of it. It makes me uncomfortable. Like, not like, oh shit, what the fuck is gonna happen? It's like, ugh. It's like a weird atmosphere. Some nights, if I'm really tired, I can put them out and it's really relaxing. But some nights I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go to bed, but I don't really want the lights to like completely out. I can always sleep when the lights are always out. I just think it's more comfortable sometimes to have them at like red, but all the way down. Or blue, because I know red lights can give you like depression and shit if you stay in there for too long.
Fears. Putting me up against the dark was like putting me up against, I don't know, prime Mike Tyson. So it was not going to end well. But yeah, I was afraid of the dark mainly
Lightning McQueen, Nightlight.
just because of
Thought
what
I'd
was
just
in
throw
the
that out
dark. And obviously nothing. Like, why the hell would there be anything? But yeah, I was so scared of the dark that sometimes I'd have a
Dude, I had terrible like sleep paralysis. Awful. It was so bad. I remember my bed like faced the I don't really know how to describe this. Picture a room like a square, right? And at one of the corners, it's kind of like, it's not a corner, it's kind of just flat and there's a door on it. And when I laid down, I had the view of like my closet, the door, and the other wall. I think I had the view of the whole room. And I remember like so many nights of me laying there, I would literally look at the door. I would sleep my eyes open. I do this sometimes. I slept my eyes open, and I could see the door just start creaking open, like really slowly. And I remember so many nights of me having to like wake myself up. It was bad. It was pretty scary. But luckily, I don't have to do that now. So.
Light on. Sometimes I have my closet light on. I don't know how I was able to sleep with that blaring in my face. And one thing that really did scare me a lot when I was a kid was FNAF. But I still played it regardless. And sometimes I would play it.
Everyone was scared of it as a kid, but they still played it. Like, I remember I was terrified of FNAF 4, but I still played that like every other day.
Night, like couple hours before I would go to sleep. Like, at this point, I'm just asking to be left awake.
Yeah, don't ever play a horror game when you're a kid at night. It's the worst thing you can do.
Well, let's move on to something good, though. Your very first console. Now, my first console was the Wii. And I remember my mom took me and
my first console, I can't remember if it was the PS3 or the Wii. Actually, I think it was a DSi. I think so.
Brother to the store, and we bought the Wii for my dad's birthday. Okay, I don't know why I'm saying we, acting like we as a collective bought it. Okay, no, we did not, bro. I pitched in like $1. Now, I did not know what this thing was capable of. I did not know the amount of peak games it had on it. I was just unaware. But then, when I played Mario Kart for the first time, my mind was blown that you could use motion controls to steer the car. You didn't put the remote in a little steering wheel. I was racing with my brother, doing whatever. But let's just say after that, I never got off the damn thing. I'm sure some of you had an Xbox 360 or a PS3, and I never had either of those.
Dude, the background music of Wii Sports Resort, that was like my game. Everyone's got Black Ops 4, Call of Duty. That's the same game. Anything like that. My game was Wii Sports Resort. That was my shit. I was really good at table tennis. I remember beating like the top character when I was a kid.
For whatever reason. So it might shock some of you, but I never played Black Ops 2. I mean, unless it was at a friend's house. Or if it was at my old...
I actually never played a lot of those first-person shooter games. I was more like a chill, like Legend of Zelda, Mario games. Just kind of low-key shit.
cousin's house or something. And also,
I didn't play my first Pokemon game until like 2 years ago.
GTA, bro. I never played any of the GTA games until I got older. Then I played GTA 5. But next we got something, okay, that I think everybody can agree was very devastating to find out about. Santa. We had to find out one day. And the day I found out, my teacher just straight up said it. And I was like,
I think I think I'm gonna add that's kind of like a unavoidable experience for kids is around like 4th or 5th grade when they're like, oh yeah, the sun's gonna explode in like 2 billion years, and everyone just freaks the fuck out. We're like, we're gonna fucking die. And then in like 2 years later, we're like, wait, what the fuck were we thinking? We're not going to live to 2 billion years. We're stupid. It is the stupidest thing you could think of.
My parents will lie to me. I was just in straight up denial. But there was one thing that I failed to realize, though. They've also told me so many other fucking lies. Like, what the hell was this?
After you realize that Santa's not real, you start to realize a lot of shit in life is not real.
Summer fairy. Apparently, they told me that there was a fairy that came and took all my summer clothes and would take them away until summer was back.
What kind of fucking parents did you have? Mine just said, oh yeah, we're putting your clothes downstairs. We'll bring it up, when summer comes. I'm like, okay. And that was it. Why do you need to tell a fairy does that shit, bro?
Genuinely do not know how I fell for that shit. So I knew like the tooth fairy was fake, the Easter bunny was fake. I knew all that was fake. But when it came to Santa, though, I was just in denial. I was just at a loss of words. Like, I just couldn't believe it. But after like a day, I got over it. It was fine. Okay, my spoiled ass only cared whether or not I was getting presents. That was it. Getting picked on. There was just that one dude that always picked on everybody. Now, I didn't really have like a bully per se, but
yeah, I didn't really have like that like 90s ass or like High School Musical ass like bullies or whatever. I'm really glad my mind works this way when people are like kind of fake to you or just like, oh yeah, you're the coolest guy ever, or oh yeah, you want to hang out after. They do not fuck with you at all. They're just fucking with, like, they're just trying to be a dick and they're just trying to get a rise out of you. Thank God I realized that, because I realized that within like my sophomore year, and then no one really fucked with me anymore. Obviously, some people would just laugh and shit like that. But I was one of those people in school that everyone knew, but no one liked me and no one didn't like me. It was just like, oh, what's up? Like, they're assholes to me, but they're not like nice to me. It's just like, chill,
sometimes I would just get roasted. And I'm sure a lot of you remember there was a phase in my life where I was very chubby and my favorite snack was Oreo Cakesters. So let's just say, once again, people did not
build a website you love with Wix, where your words
hold back. Well, in some cases. I'll just give an example. One time, some kid told me that apparently my friend called me fat or something. So I just sat in my car for 2 hours and just cried when I got home. And it was to the point where my dad had to go get me out of the car and ask me what was wrong. And I was like, oh, my friend called me fat. I don't know why I couldn't just get over it, bro. It really wasn't that serious. Wasn't that deep. It's not like I was getting relentlessly bullied. This dude literally just called me fat and I was having a 3-hour crash out over it. Okay, we gotta talk about 2012. Now, if you grew up around the time I did, you definitely heard about this. A kid literally told me that the world was gonna end, and I somehow believed it. He just said
I think people would just always say, oh yeah, the world's gonna end, or oh yeah, like fucking Rapture Day, whatever the fuck happened a couple like weeks ago, and everyone's like, oh shit, and nothing happened. That's happened so many times.
So casually, I guess people were saying the world was going to end on like December 21st because of something to do with the Mayan calendar. I don't really know the exact reason, but I should not have tweaked out and been like, oh my God, wait, what if the world actually... I remember talking to my mom about it, and she said, nothing's going to happen today. It's all just speculation. And I went to sleep, I was a little nervous, but then I woke up, and I was like, oh my God, no way, I'm alive. Like, no shit, bro. Okay, next we have getting lost in a store. And now, normally whenever
that's pretty common. That's pretty common.
In a store, it was my own fault. I would always stop and look at things on the shelves that I wanted, of course. One time I was staring at Zoo Pal's plates and my parents just teleported to the other side of the store. And I somehow found them, okay? I didn't have to get called on the intercom. I'm sure a lot of you have been before.
Weirdly enough, there was this place at like a store that was pretty common for people to go to, like a superstore or whatever. I think it was like Giant Eagle or something. I don't remember. It was like back when I was in my old house. And they had this place that like parents could drop off their kids to just go chill out while they go shop. That place was heat. They had like Wii U's, PlayStations, fucking they had what did they have? They had N64 too. Oh, amazing.
There was one time I got lost in like this big ass mall, and it's kind of my own fault because while my mom was looking at dress shirts and I'm sure
Oh,
it's me
shit.
fleeing the runner-up for No David 2.0. And after about 10 minutes, my mom found me and was extremely pissed off at me. And when she found out I had buttons from a bunch of random shirts, oh, it was game over. She made me go in and return the buttons. I mean, it was a good life lesson. I can't even lie. I was an asshole. Having parents with high expectations, whether your parents want you to be a doctor or they want you to get straight A's in school, whatever the case is, I mean, they just want to see you succeed, but sometimes they kind of push.
I don't think this is an unavoidable childhood experience because everyone has different parents and different expectations.
Push you a little bit too much. I should not have been so devastated over a C+, but I was. Like, I genuinely was trying not to cry. Like, that's how bad it was. At least it was not only A's, but, you know, it was B's or above or you're cooked. It wasn't that I was really cooked, per se, but they just wouldn't be very happy with me. So I did have to try hard a little bit in school in order to meet that expectation, but it is what it is, though. It kind of gave me the work ethic to be able to survive in college, so in the grand scheme of things, it did help me. But yeah, watch this video about canon events.
That was pretty good though. If you guys did enjoy, like and subscribe. And as always, have a good one.